Me also welcome on board Sanjiv Bhasin and find out what he's making of the market this week. Sanjiv, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show as always. Sanjiv, I guess all eyes on HDFC Bank and, nothing to say that the stock is going to push higher. No dhamaka in the earnings. What do you think the stock is going to do now?
Yeah, good morning, Aisha. Well, HDFC Bank was the star which pulled out of the throes of 21,800 or 21,777. And I think that numbers were in line. Now, you cannot make a spectacular case. They've clearly indicated the CDR ratio is on its way down and it will take a couple of quarters. What you have to give them credit for is that they are adjusting one of the largest mortgage lenders in the book, and it takes a couple of quarters. So I think like you said, the stock will do maybe nothing much. It's not going to see much downside because they have indicated that we know deposits are on the weaker side. It's across the board. So as the liability franchise improves, as we see more color on the NIMs expanding because they've not raised rates just to protect their margins. So I think inline numbers, inline performance, that's what the idea is. If you get it on a decline, it's a buy for me.
Okay, fair enough. That's the view coming on HDFC Bank, a buy if there is a decline. Sanjiv, morning. Let's also get in your thoughts then on Reliance Industries. Of course, we were expecting the numbers to coincide with Elon Musk's visit, which has now been postponed. So maybe some announcement on that front. But overall, what are you expecting from numbers?
Yeah, good morning, Awan. For me, today's day belongs only to IDEA, IDEA. FPO is your only opportunity to get this stock at 11. This is going to be the stock of the year. 1 year target 25. Look, my people are misreading the debt and everything overblown. There is just an outstanding of something like 3,800 crores which they have towards bank. Majority of the debt is being converted into equity on interest because of government taking stake. And the government is also very gung-ho. They are in the way of raising funds which is going to give capital 5G and the others. For me, the stock of the day, stock of the month, stock of the year and the next 2 years is Idea Voda. You cannot make money. So put all your money at 11 rupees. You cannot but be successful. That is my top pick. To Reliance, I think we will see numbers which will be reasonably good. ARPUs are going to see an upside. By the way, Voda's ARPU at 142 in the last quarter, which I think over the next 2 quarters can even go up to 180, 190, which will again be cushion. We will watch for Jio's earnings. We will watch for the ARPU, which is very positive. And thirdly, the retail energy arms, because if you see the numbers from SW Solar, which is owned largely by Reliance Energy, then I think some of parts we could be pleasantly confident of Reliance outperformance. However, the problem is going to be more on the OTC side where you've seen a fluctuation in oil prices, which can be see some on the margin. But overall, I would say inline numbers.
Okay, inline numbers there for Reliance. That's what one can anticipate. And yes, Idea Vodafone, that's going to be the stock of the year, according to Sanjiv Bhasin. Sanjiv, what else within mid and small caps are you recommending right now for our viewers to buy?
So, Aisha, firstly, investor generally miss the woods for the trees. Firstly, put all your effort in Idea. You're getting an opportunity of a large IPO where allotment will be more or less, in a very good ratio. So Idea. Aside from that, I think silver prices are headed. We've been very bullish on Vedanta, and by the grace of God, that has been a huge performer. I see 450 coming on Vedanta. I'm very bullish on Maruti, where I think 13,500 come by the earnings. And lastly, India Bull Real Estate, which for me will again be the stock of the year, given that the inventory they had, and now with the promoters putting in, very, very marquee names, putting in almost 4,000 crore commitment, you cannot but have real estate be the, theme. This stock underperform in a big way. I think here the market cap discount is very, very substantial. And if only thing, I can see a doubling of this stock in this year itself.
Okay, there you have it. That's very strong conviction coming in for some of Sanjeev's picks. But get in a take then on the charts. And Kunal, would like to get in your thoughts. Bajaj Finance scaled up on today's trading day. And then some of the automakers like an M&M or a Maruti Suzuki as well held up. What do the charts indicate?
Well, yeah, very attractive charts. For example, Bajaj Finance, I think the stock had been falling for the last 4 or 5 days prior to this, up move on Friday. And I think the stock corrected from 6,250, 300 levels towards a point when the stock was on touching distance of break 6,800 mark. So after a 350 odd point correction, this is a very good, recovery candlestick for Bajaj Finance. And this could probably indicate that what we saw in the last 4 or 5 days of the price correction could probably be termed as a false move for the stock on the downside, and the stock should break up the uptrend. So I would believe that the stock looks very attractive, and I think even if it opens with a mild bit of a gap up, I think traders should look at a buy, especially from the initial playwood. Look out for higher targets of 7,500 to even potentially 7,800 plus mark gradually over the next few weeks. For automakers, I think the move has been very stable and strong. So when you look at the charts, for example, the likes of M&M, Maruti, you even add to that the likes of Escorts, etc. These stocks have been doing reasonably well. There was a very mild degree of volatility for these stocks, just a 5% odd correction for both of these names over the last, I think, few weeks. And the recovery for these stocks has been, on the first side. And you've seen the stocks coming back towards or retesting previous swing highs. So both the charts are very attractive. Maruti is something which I would probably recommend from current levels.
Okay, there you have it. That's the view coming in from Kunal on some of those stocks in trade. Meantime, let's get in your views, Sanjeev, on the PNGR reviewing the grid tariff. The likes of a GSPL will be in the spotlight. How are you reading into the news?
Well, that's the risk you have of regulatory, authorities playing up and down on some of these things, which are very, very dependent on the tariffs and the rates. And this leaves a little bit of a dampener foreigners play, because if you invest largely on the basis there is going to be consistency in a large number of regulatory partners, this can be a spoke in the spanner. Hence, I think there will be a little bit of a volatile session maybe today, and that then we will see what the outcome is, because the impact will clearly be on the numbers. I still think GAIL is one of the best picks we have there, and we think GAIL can be a outperformer. However, as a caveat, GAIL has been our pick from 125 to 30 at 200. Risk reward is in not in favor, but I think GAIL can still be a relative outperformer. On the others, we have an avoid.
Right, okay. Some news from the pharma universe as well. And Lupin and Zydus Life launched a drug in the US that treats overactive bladder. Let me take it across to Shrishti and find out more about this announcement and what really does it mean for both Zydus as well as Lupin.
Well, yes, Lupin and Zydus both are in the focus because both the companies have launched a drug in the US, which is believed to be a big opportunity drug. They have launched Mirabegron extended release tablets in the US, which is a drug used for the treatment of overactive bladder, and it is a generic equivalent of a drug produced by Astellas Pharma Global Development. Now, Lupin and Zydus, for now, they have launched a drug of a strength 25 milligrams. Both the companies do have the approval of 50 milligrams as well, which is expected to be launched in the times ahead. Now, just to give you a perspective, Lupin does say that this 25 milligrams of strength has an estimated sales of $1,019 million in the US, and combined sales of 25 as well as 50 milligrams is at $0.42 billion in the US. So it is indeed a big opportunity size drug, and not just Lupin and Zydus. In the time we can see more competition because Aurobindo Pharma too has an tentative approval for 50 milligram. Now let's talk about the expected revenue from these drugs. Now Antic believes that for Lupin, the company is expected to generate around 500 crores in FY25. Other than that, they're likely to remain the Lupin's biggest loss for FY25. Now, Elara is of the view that this particular drug could help generate Lupin around 420 crores of revenue only for this 25 milligram strength. But in the time ahead, how is the competition panning out to be? This is something that they will be watching out for, because for now, the analysts believe that Lupin has enjoyed FTF status with 180 days of exclusivity in the product along with Zydus Life. So both the companies have launched, and it is indeed a positive news. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much for that. Meantime, let's get in your thoughts, Sanjeev, as to how you into some of the IT quarterly performances, Wipro was pretty much in line. How have you, characterized the quarter gone?
Well, we knew that this quarter is going to be seen no headline, glamour, and Wipro has come with very steady numbers. Look, don't weigh Wipro on a quarterly basis because there has been ups and downs and they've been in line. But I think Wipro for me is the best large cap we have. Persistent numbers are very strong, and as a contrarian, we've had a SIP being done on HCL Tech and LTIM. I think LTIM Mindtree is going to be the star for. Given that the valuation comfort because of the attrition of some of the large cap people is being made out too much. The LTIM numbers will be out on 24. That could be a real surprise item on the upside. So my money is on LTIM, HCL Tech. As a disclosure, Wipro is, along with TCS, one of our top picks in our portfolio. We continue to be very bullish on TCS being the relatively outperformer, but Wipro being the best play over here on a price performance, which we think can even hit 700 rupees in the space of 1 year.
In the meantime, Zomato has now hiked its platform fee by a good 25%, which equates to about 5 rupees per order. But Sanjiv, 188, what's the call on the stock?
So Aisha, it's almost more than a tripler for us, pretty. But I think there will be volatility here. It's a high of almost 200. You can see some more plateauing, some more consolidation. But all dips are buying opportunities because it's only consolidating in market share. As a feedback, let me also tell you, my son's business is now picking up. And it's not because of Zomato, it's actually because of Swiggy. Swiggy is doing excellent business and he's saying it's more competitive. It is giving more order flow and he's starting to make little money. So I would say space is looking very, very good. Watch out for the Swiggy IPO. It could be a blockbuster.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.